So today I'm going to show some problems that there are with the IK Multimedia B-3X. And what happens is there are a lot of volume discrepancies, some notes that are louder or softer than the other surrounding notes. So I'm going to show the default preset. It happens on most of the presets, pretty much all of them. And I'm going to show the default preset that comes up, the Hammond B3 preset. And that opens up whenever you initiate the application. And what I'm going to do is show just individual drawbars. I'm going to start with the 16-foot drawbar and show the notes that are discrepant volumes on that. Then I'm going to show you the second drawbar, and I'll end it there because there are discrepancies on all of the drawbars, but I don't have it'd take me a half hour to show all the drawbars. I'm just going to, for the sake of shortness, I'm just going to keep it down to the two lowest drawbars. And what I advise is people not purchase this product because to me it's low quality, and I'm going to advise another product at the end of this video that I find to be 100% better for a third of the price. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm playing with no effects turned on the application. There's no effects, and I'm not using the Leslie speaker option. I'm using the no amplifier option on the application. So I'm going to start with an E flat on the lowest drawbar pulled out, 16-foot drawbar, and there's an E flat note that has different volume. See that E flat? It's much quieter than the notes around it. Now we go up to the top octave and we have an A. Here's the A, here's the B flat above it. So that A is a much different volume. So you have these different notes sprinkled throughout all the different drawbars that are different volumes, and what happens is, you know, as you set your drawbars, you may have 3 drawbars pulled out. These discrepancies cause certain notes to be quieter or louder than others, and that's annoying. You really don't notice that on a real Hammond B3 that one note is going to be significantly quieter than all the others. So, all right, now next I'm going to, if you hold on a second, I'm going to pull out the second drawbar, which is the 5 1/3 drawbar, higher harmonic. Second drawbar, and give me a second to pull that out and I'll show you a couple of bad notes on that. All right, so now we have the second drawbar pulled out, and so I'm going to start with, let's see what we have here. Second drawbar. Okay. I think it's a D, second from highest octave. Yeah. So here's the D, second from highest octave, and the E flat above it. So you hear how that D is so much quieter? That's one of the notes that's bad. Now we go up to C, second from the top octave. That's the C. Hear how much louder it is than the other notes? So that stands out like a sore thumb. You know, You always have the second drawbar pulled out most of the time, and so every time you hit that C, that's going to stand out like a sore thumb. Now here's another note. We'll go up to the, this is the very top A. Hear how much louder that is? So there you go. That's just, I'm going to stop there. That's just 2 drawbars to begin with. You got all your other drawbars with numerous other notes that are too quiet or too loud. Now what I'm going to advise that you purchase instead is Acoustic Samples B5 version 3, which is selling now. It usually sells for around, I think it's $129 US. Now I think it's on sale for $89, and it's 100% better quality. You don't get all of these notes sprinkled in that are different volumes. And I'll tell you what, I found maybe one note, there was like one high D that was just a little bit louder than the rest. And they have an excellent option page where you can go to, what you do is on the main page, the main display, there's a little arrow where you can click on, and it brings you to a tone generator adjustment page where you can adjust the individual volumes of each of the 91 tone generators, all the way from the lowest pedal frequency all the way to the highest frequency of the top drawbar. So what you do is when you get to that page, you'll see a little white bar corresponding to each one of the 91 tone generators. You click on that white bar with your mouse and hold it, and you drag it down to decrease the volume. You can decrease it all the way to no volume, or you can drag it up to increase the volume to way louder than you could ever want. So this allows you to, that option allows you to fix any sort of individual notes that might have a different volume or something. So it's an excellent feature. I used it to fix that D note. I just pulled out the 16-foot drawbar, which is the problem drawbar it occurred on, and you just figure out which drawbar it is that's causing the lower or higher volume within that note. Isolate it, just pull out that one drawbar and find the note on the keyboard by experimentation. Find out which one is a little louder, and then you can pull down the little white bar on that to decrease the volume. So for that reason, I advise people to buy the Acoustic Samples B5. You'll get a much better product than this B3X with all of its volume discrepancies.